Hi everyone, it's Sarah with the Montana Science Center. I have another really awesome virtual science station experiment for us to do together today. Before we get started though, things might look a little different. I'm not in my kitchen anymore. I am actually in the Science Center. Don't worry, I'm all alone, still practicing all of the social distancing measures and protocols. But we wanted to bring some experiments live from our space so you can feel maybe a little bit more connected. It helps me feel a little bit more connected to all of you. And I do have an easel behind me as well with our agenda. So I'm going to go over that first and then we'll get started. All right, here we go. All right, everyone. So as you can see, today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2020. This is our agenda for our virtual science station today. So first, we'll go over some introductions. Second, materials needed for this experiment. Third, step-by-step directions of this experiment. And fourth, the science that makes this experiment work. All right, so introduce myself again. My name is Sarah Snyder. I'm the program coordinator here at the Montana Science Center and doing some virtual programs with you all today. All right, let's next go over materials for this experiment. Okay, so for this experiment, we are going to need vegetable oil, water, a clear jar or container, food coloring, and a bowl. To begin this experiment, pour the water into the clear container that you're using. I like to make it about 75% of the way full. Perfect. Once that is done, we're going to take some of this vegetable oil and pour it into this bowl right here. You don't need to measure it out, just make sure it's a good layer. All right, so I have poured a small layer of vegetable oil into this bowl. Our next step is to pour the vegetable oil from this bowl into the water in this jar. Let's pause this video right here and form a hypothesis of what we think the oil and the water will do once they're both in this same jar. And here's a hint. If you followed along with some of our previous science station videos, you will know what oil and water do when mixed. Okay, does everyone have their hypothesis formed? Perfect. I'm going to pour this in to the water. Okay. All of it. So we see pretty quickly that the oil settles on top of the jar in the water. This is because oil is less dense than water, and so it won't mix. So the next step of this experiment is to use the food coloring. And I chose blue and yellow because I'm a Bobcat alum. And we're going to do small drops of the food coloring into the oil, kind of in the same place, and watch what happens. Does it look like a firework yet? Let's try a little bit of blue. Do some blue over here. So as you can see, the food coloring is suspended in the oil until it gets too dense, where it then falls into the water and becomes a firework in a jar. And it has kind of a firework effect because the food coloring is water-based and likes to mix with water. Let's see if we can get some of that blue heavy enough to fall through the oil. See some more yellow coming down. Ooh, there's some red. Here we have some blue that came down. Sometimes it takes a while. You have to be patient with it. So as I said previously, the science behind this experiment has a lot to do with density. What we know about oil and water is that they don't like to mix very well. The oil settles on top of the water because it is less dense. When we add the food coloring into the oil, at first, it's not quite heavy enough to, or dense enough to slip through the oil into the water, but once it finally droops, it will go into the water and start to mix, having sort of a firework effect due to the fact that food coloring is water-based. All right, there you have it. There's another super fun and simple virtual science station experiment. We hope you all are well and enjoying time at home and all of our virtual content. So I'll see you later.